We have Mega Salamence coming out in Pokemon Go, so we're going to give you guys the counter guide to make sure you know everything you need to know about Mega Salamence, because it is definitely a strong, powerful Pokemon that we will have to look after in this game. So with that said, let's get into everything that needs to go with Mega Salamence in Pokemon Go. So welcome to the Trader Club. Here we go! Welcome back, everybody. Mega Salamence in Pokemon Go. So stoked. I obviously have not been this stoked for a Mega in quite a long time. So if you guys do want to do more raids for this Pokemon, you can jump into the pinned comments, head into the Discord, or jump into the Patreon and get more exclusive access, because not only are we doing a Reshiram shiny contest, we're going to do a Zekrom shiny contest, and we'll probably include the Mega Salamence in there as well. So Mega Salamence is coming into the game on Tuesday, January 10th, and that's going to go all the way until the 18th. So you have exactly 8 days to be able to get this Pokemon. Good luck, everybody out there, because I suggest you guys stack up on a lot of Mega energy, because man, we have the strongest dragon Pokemon in the game right now as the Mega until we get Mega Rayquaza and Mega Garchomp. But man, we are up there competing for the top, so let's get it. This Pokemon deserves a round of applause because we now have a very effective attacking Mega in this game. And to top that off, this Pokemon is maxing out at 5688. Yes, insane. So this Pokemon is going to be a dragon and a flying type. We will come out with the best of the best so we can analyze and I can show you how powerful this Pokemon is and where it does sit in the top attackers in the game and the top dragon type attackers in the game, because man, it is a very, very friendly Pokemon up there. So with this Pokemon being dragon and flying type, it is going to have a double weakness, as all the dragon flyers do, and that is going to be ice. So we are going to exploit the ice weakness here. And then it's also going to have single weakness to rock, fairy, as well as dragon. And the shiny is going to be an amazing green, so good luck out there. I'm excited for everybody. So with that said, obviously we are not going to be catching Mega Salamence. When we do get the chance to catch it, it is going to be the regular Salamence. So the IVs are as follows: 2142 under every condition but windy condition. That's going to be level 20, or in the windy condition, we will get this Pokemon boosted all the way to level 25 at 2678. So that's very exciting. And then as far as its moves get, it has a slightly problematic moveset for our double weaked Pokemon of ice. So the first fast move that it does get is going to be Fire Fang. That is going to be effective against ice Pokemon, so that's slightly problematic. It's also going to get Dragon Tail, and then it's also going to get Bite. And then it's going to get Draco Meteor as charge moves, Hydro Pump, and Fire Blast. Once again, it gets dual fire type moves that makes our ice type Pokemon scared. Very scared. It is going to hit those Pokemon extremely hard, and this Pokemon actually just gets really hard hitting specials, especially coming from Raid Boss. They're not going to be spammy, but man, they are going to do some damage for sure. And then it gets a legacy move of Outrage, so you will not be able to fight this Pokemon and to get hit by the Outrage, which would be even more problematic. But at the same time, we want to know that it does get that moveset. So as far as trainers to take this down, as Pokébattler does stand out right now, it says that it's going to be taken down with less than 2 trainers, but I highly doubt that Mega Salamence as a Mega is going to be taken down, even if it does have the dual weakness, because we did have the Mega Latios, and Mega Latios was very strong. So I'm assuming that this Pokemon is probably going to go down with a little bit over 3 trainers if you have extremely strong, close to level 50 top ice type attackers in the game, which is then going to transition us into the top counters in Pokemon Go. We're going to start off with the Shadow Pokemon. So looking at these Shadow Pokemon, I don't think that you guys are going to anticipate the #1 counter overall, but it is going to be Shadow Mewtwo with the moveset of Psycho Cut and Ice Beam. Yes, Ice Beam. And the one thing about this Pokemon, although it is going to be weak to Bite, the other thing, it is not going to hold a weakness to Fire, Dragon, or Water. So this Pokemon is relatively cushioned, even though it is a Shadow Pokemon and it will get hit very hard, and I wouldn't be surprised if it does get taken out, even being at level 50, by one of these movesets from the charge move pool. And then next, we're going to have Shadow Weavile. I do not like Shadow Weavile because of how glassy this Pokemon is. It's insanely glassy, but the moveset is going to be Ice Shard and Avalanche, which then leads us into the Mamoswine in the Shadow form with the moveset of Powder Snow as well as Avalanche. And this Pokemon is going to be weak to Fire as well as Water, so this Pokemon is slightly problematic. And then in counter spot number 8, we're going to get Shadow Walrein with Frost Breath and Icicle Spear. And then, yes, Kiona, are you excited about this Mega Salamence too? Good girl. And then also we have, guys, Kiona, great puppy. She likes to hang out outside, so she'd rather be outside than being inside, but it seems like she's kind of done with the videos right now. But we still got one more to film. So with that said, we're continuing onward, and we have ourselves the second page with spot number 9 being Shadow Lapras and spot number 10 being Shadow Articuno, which then leads us into the non-shadows and Megas included, because these are going to be maybe not all budget, but they're not going to be as as premium to power up. In counter spot number 1 overall, we do have Ice Fang and Avalanche on the Galarian Darmanitan, and this Pokemon is extremely effective to be able to go after, which is then going to pause me here and say which Pokemon are we going to use going after the Megas, because the next Pokemon is going to be Mega Abomasnow as counters number 2 with the moveset of Powder Snow and Weather Ball. However, that's going to be going after this Pokemon and taking it down fast, which is effective for this standpoint because you do want more Mega Energy. So you're going to have to decide between getting more XL Candy from these Mega Salamence, which I always find valuable, which would be a Dragon or a Flying type Pokemon. There are a bunch out there to be able to use. We can use Mega Altaria, we can use Mega Charizard X, we can also use Mega Ampharos, we can also use Mega Aerodactyl, and other Pokemon such as Mega Pidgeot. So with those Pokemon, Mega Level 3 to be able to get additional XL Candy is effective, but we're also going to be catching Bagon in here as well. So I personally am more apt to be able to take this Pokemon down as fast as possible and try to get as much Mega Salamence energy as possible. So if you guys are able to beat it in that 25 seconds, I would say to be able to use a Mega in the Ice form. However, if you cannot do that, I would suggest using one of the other Megas to be able to complement the XL Candy, because it will be more effective in the long run maxing out this Pokemon when, you know, you're falling right in the range and you don't actually need that extra boost from a Mega. In counter spot number 3, you have Frost Breath and Avalanche on Mega Glalie, so obviously I would suggest using Mega Abomasnow. The only thing about the Mega Abomasnow is it's going to be double weak to fire, so do be cautious with that Pokemon. But then we're going to have the regular Mewtwo with Psycho Cut and Ice Beam. Then we get Frost Breath and Avalanche on the Glaceon, which the Glaceon is going to be a budget counter for us in there, as well as the Darmanitan being a budget counter as well. So there are plenty of options to have a counter that is going to be more budget than none. Then we get Ice Shard Avalanche on the Weavile, followed by Avalugg with Ice Fang as well as Avalanche. Then we have the Aurorus with Frost Breath and Weather Ball, and then Mega Salamence against itself with Dragon Tail as well as Outrage. Powder Snow and Avalanche on the Mamoswine. So there are plenty of budget counters out here for you guys to be able to do, and I'm going to stop here, but if you guys do want to check more of the budget counters, you can check out this page or this page, and please make sure to pause if you guys do want more information about those counters. So now let's get into the weather condition for this Pokemon. So this Pokemon is going to get weather boosted in the windy weather, so it's going to be a great time to be able to catch it, and our dragons will get boosted, but we're looking at ice Pokemon, so those are going to be the most effective to use. So as far as the sunny weather goes right here, guys, the one thing we have to be very cautious of is the Fire Fang as well as the Fire Blast coming out of this Pokemon, because it is a very effective moveset and it hits very hard, and it's going to demolish all of our ice type counters, especially coming from a Mega in Pokemon Go. So that is something to be cautious of. And then next we have partly cloudy weather, which is going to be rock type Pokemon, which is going to be an effective move against the Mega Salamence because of its flying type combination, but we didn't even cover any rock Pokemon in there, which will then move us into the cloudy weather, which is going to boost all the fairy types. Once again, was not covered in the top counters in the game, which then leads us into the rainy weather. That's not going to have an effect except for boosting the Hydro Pump out there, which will be effective against the Mamoswine, but we do have the snowy weather. Snowy weather will boost all of our ice type counters. It's going to be the best time to use our ice types in the game, followed by no effects in the foggy weather, but the windy weather will boost the Mega Salamence. It's going to boost all of its dragon type moves, such as the Dragon Tail as the Draco Meteor, which will hit very hard, and then so forth in Pokemon Go. So these Pokemon are going to be very effective. This is a great Pokemon to go after. Take down as many Pokemon that you can of this and stock up on Mega Energy, because we have the best of the best coming out soon. So I appreciate you guys being here as always. To all my likers, comments, subscribers, Patreon members, everybody takes your support, subscription, and see you guys out in the next video. Peace.
I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and raiding all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.